Alright, so this is my Draw My Faith project. Yeah, I'm not the best drawer, so don't judge me. I was born in a Christian family. Me, my mom, myself, and my sister. My family named me Gabriel for the angel that told Mary that she would have a son. At that time, I didn't understand what my mom was talking about. So at the age of 5, every Sunday I would go to church with my family. At that time, I thought that church was fun, like I get to play with the other kids, and when it was time for me to listen to sermon, I would just fall asleep. Then at the age of 6, I applied for ICS. At R2 up to grade 1, I called God Miracle Man. Then at grade 2, I hated church. I didn't want to learn about God, and I just wanted to play. My mom always prayed for me at night, but I just usually sleep. In grade 3, I stopped going to church. I put games and toys over God. For some reason, I felt like something was missing from my life. In the middle of summer, I had a really bad fever. My family was worried sick. Then in the middle of the night, I heard my mom and dad praying for me. The next day, my fever went from 42 degrees to 37 degrees. I was shocked by this miracle, and because of this, I went back to church. I ended up working and teaching the younger kids about God. My faith started growing, and I decided it was time for me to get baptized. Throughout the summer, my faith started growing stronger and stronger. However, middle school was a hard year for me. I slowly forgot to pray and read the Bible. Right when I got back home, I did my homework, I ate dinner, studied, and slept. Then history fair came. I had completed my history fair documents, but I lost them. I had 4 days to turn them in. I spent the first 2 days looking around ICS. I asked my mom for help. She told me to pray to God, but I ignored her. On the third day, I searched around my house. At the night of the third day, I finally took my mom's advice to pray to God, half-heartedly knowing that nothing will happen. Then at school, my teacher told me to go outside and print something for her. Next to the printer was a shelf, and in that shelf, I found my homework folder. And on that day, I knew that God was the difference to my life. There are also 2 quotes that I like a lot. One of them is, "Faith is not belief without proof, but trust without reservation." This is by Elton Trueblood. I think this quote sums up the idea of faith perfectly. It's like us trying to prove the existence of God. This is like, for us, it's really hard to see something like this, like see God in front of our eyes. This will happen when we go up to heaven, but we can't really see proof of this. But we can see evidence of God working in us, like for me, in my hardships, and that's why I like this quote a lot. Another quote I really like a lot is, "Faith is not belief, belief is passive, faith is active," by Edith Hamilton. I like this quote a lot because it reminds me that if I say I believe in God, to believe God is, I don't have to do anything. I could just say that I believe it and I know it in my heart. But to have faith in Him, I have to do something substantial, and I have to do proof. So if I say I have faith in God, I must show my Christian actions and share the gospel with one another. That's what I think I should do to others, to show that I have faith in God. Every time I want to turn away from God, I always have this Bible verse, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. I really like this Bible verse a lot because it tells me that whenever something bad happens to me, it's all part of God's plan. It means that God's working in me, and that whatever bad is happening and whatever else is going to happen, it's all in God's plan. I believe that whenever we, their children, done something or did something wrong, God will always forgive us, and that whenever we turn away from Him, He would always be waiting us to return back to Him.